If you tell Simone a riddle and she can't answer it, she has to give you all of her gold medals. That was the best one. Joe Rogan actually wanted me to be here to host this award show so that I could capture Adam Silver because Joe thinks he's an alien. And Donald Trump wanted me to be here to capture Juan Soto for the same reason. It's an alien joke. What are you booed up there, dude? Shut up. Aaron Rodgers did not take the vaccine because he predicted it would be bad for him. And then he joined the New York Jets. So maybe he wasn't right about everything. Shedeur Sanders had his jersey number retired at Colorado this year, and people are saying it's because of nepotism, because of his father, and it's not. It's because he went 13-12 over his career, and he almost won the Alamo Bowl. Definitely not nepotism, right? All right. It's a big year for the WNBA. I love Caitlin Clark. Yeah, hell yeah. Caitlin Clark, she and I have a lot in common. We're both whites from the Midwest who have nailed a bunch of threes. All right, there you go. Lighten up a little. This is not serious. We'll see about this one. When Caitlin Clark retires from the WNBA, she's going to work at a Waffle House so she can continue doing what she loves most, fist-fighting black women. Yeah, hell yeah. Who yelled? Drewski? Thank you, bro. Oh, John Jones? Yeah. What are you, nut jobs over there? Hell yeah. Shohei Ohtani couldn't make it tonight. Man, I hope his interpreter didn't bet that he was going to be here. Shohei is a once-in-a-generation talent. No one's been able to do what he does at so many positions, pitcher, hitter, and bookie. A bookie is what Bill Belichick reads to his girlfriend before bedtime. They do. They read The Very Horny Caterpillar, The Little Engine That Could But Needed a Pill First, and of course, the classic Goodnight Boobs. That was my favorite one. Also, I'm not trashing Bill Belichick. First off, he's 73 years old and he's dating a hot 24-year-old and people are criticizing him? What happened to this country? We used to be a great country. He won 6 Super Bowls. Yeah, he's dating a hot 24-year-old. Maybe if you guys won 6 Super Bowls, you wouldn't be sitting next to a fat, ugly dog wife. They let me do it. I don't. This is Disney. They allowed that. Yeah, I'm going to tell you a story. I was at we should have taken that out. I had doubts going into that. That didn't work all week. It was a good year for me in sports. I went to Notre Dame, went to the national title. I was at go Irish. I was at the Eagles game, the Super Bowl when they won, and it was not, go Birds. Go Birds. Yeah. But I was down there. I'm just gonna tell you a story real quick. It's not a good joke. It was halftime of the game, and we looked up. And you could see Donald Trump. He was sitting in the suite, like at the 50-yard line. You couldn't see him, but you could see like his silhouette. You know what I mean? He was just. Also, can we stop pretending Donald Trump knows ball? It's like a weird thing where they're like, man, he loves sport. He doesn't know anything about sports. Every time a team comes and visits the White House, he's like, and you must be the guy who catches. It's like, look at these guys, big guys, black guys. And that's just when the New York Liberty visited. They didn't visit, that's just a joke. But it was halftime and we looked up and we saw Trump. I was with my buddy and I was like, we should just sneak up there and try to meet him. And we did. We got into his suite, which turns out it's pretty easy to get access to Donald Trump, which is probably why he keeps getting shot all the time. We just got right in there. But we're in there. He doesn't know who I am, but there's a line of people and he's just shaking hands with everybody. And I was at the end of the line. But also I took a picture with him and I posted it and people got upset about that. What the hell? He's the president. If Osama bin Laden was in the suite, I would have been like, yeah, you're crazy. All right. But He's shaking hands with everybody. It's very funny. Trump does this thing whenever he meets somebody for the first time, even if he doesn't know him. He gives him like a crazy compliment. It's kind of nice. Like he got to the guy next to me and he was like, "Look at you, you're beautiful." And then he got to me and he was like, "Look at you, you're huge." I was like, "Thank you, Mr. President." But he shook my hand, he stood next to me. So I'm just, I was at the end of the line, so there's no one else for him to shake hands with. So he's just standing next. I got to hear him breathe for like a minute. Just standing next to me, just. And then his daughter, Ivanka, walked over to us, which, by the way, so hot. She walked over, and it was halftime of the Super Bowl. I was hammered. I was like, "Hello." Your dad just said I was huge. So now it's me, Trump, and Ivanka. They're not talking to me, obviously, but I can overhear what they're saying. And Trump goes, "Ivanka, how would you like to meet the president of soccer?" And sure enough, the president of FIFA soccer was also in the suite with us. He was getting like nachos. And Donald Trump just looks at him and goes, "You." And the guy put his plate down and walked straight to us. And then Donald Trump didn't even look at him. He just kept talking to his daughter and he goes, "This is the president of soccer. And they gave us the World Cup and they did that because of me." And then he walked out of the room. It was just me and the president of FIFA looking at each other like, that was crazy. That was a dumb thing to say. It was crazy. That was crazy, being in that room. It's crazy to be in this room with so many legends. You guys are awesome. Oscar Robertson, that's awesome. Sugar Ray Leonard's here. Hell yeah. Sugar Ray, you're the man, but in 10 years, Jake Paul's going to try to knock you out, so take it easy. There's one thing I want to say before I get out of here, and this is a dumb joke. You guys aren't going to like it, but it's just a Norm Macdonald joke that I loved when he hosted the ESPYs, and I'm going to do it now. Travis Hunter won the Heisman Trophy this year. He's the first defensive player since Charles Woodson to win the Heisman. Congratulations, Travis Hunter, winning the Heisman. That's something they can never take away from you, unless you kill your wife and a waiter, in which case they can take that away from you. Well, see, a lot of you don't like me, and that's okay.
I had never done that before. There were no black people on the island. I was taking fashion chances the whole time. That's the thing about these countries. I was just in England, Scotland, Ireland, Australia. No black people. And I know what you're thinking. No. No, you need black people. You need black people to keep the whites in check. The last thing you want is a whole island of whites that think they're the coolest people on earth. It's a disaster. That's how you end up with Conor McGregor's walking around like, It's like, shut up, dude. The foreign whites are out of control. American whites, we're humble. We know we're not the coolest guys around. It's the foreign whites, dude. Yes! Preach, brother! Yeah. For real, though, there's a reason every good NBA player that's white is from another country. The audacity to think you could play in that league, dude. The fucking arrogance. Every white dude in America saw a black kid dunk in like 8th grade and was just like, "Oh, all right." There goes that dream. I'll just set picks for the next 4 years. Just box out hard as hell. White people used to be cool in America. Long time ago, dude. The height of white people being cool was us going, we're like, "Man." That was as cool as we got. We're like, "Man, see? Man." And then the day white people stopped being cool was Jackie Robinson's first game. It's time for us to focus on computers. Anyway, I was in Australia. I was in a bucket hat. I was already self-conscious about the bucket hat. Tried it on in the hotel. Just looked like fucking John Candy. I was with my friend. He's a good friend. I was like, "I look like a fucking dumbass, right?" He was like, "Nah, dude, you look cool. Also, who cares? No one's gonna give a fuck." I was like, "All right, fine." As soon as we got outside of the hotel, somebody gave a fuck. I got made fun of immediately. It was the goth. The goth. I didn't even see him coming, dude. He came out of the shadows like they do. This fucking guy, I was standing talking to my friend. He was walking behind us on the sidewalk. He walked behind me, took my hat off my head, put it back down, and patted me on the head. I turned around smiling at him because I thought only a friend could have done this. I was like, dude, this guy kept walking. He didn't even break stride. He goes, nice hat, fatso. It just destroyed me for I had no comeback. I was just like, yeah, right. I was like that fucking kangaroo. What was that about? That was 6 months ago. I've thought about that guy every day. Every day. I hate him. I hate everything. I hate that he's a goth from Australia. It's like, you can't be that. You can't be a goth from Australia. You sound funny. You can't be, you know what I mean? That guy can't go around like, all day I think about death. It's like, shut up, dude. I'm actually very dark and twisted. No, you're not. You're Australian. You sound funny. Australian accent's one of those accents that's funny every single time. You could be in the middle of a fucking tragedy. If you heard an Australian accent, you'd still be like, you know what I mean? Like if there was like an Australian guy in the office on 9/11, it was like, oh fuck, look out! Like, oh no, there's another one. Get down. Oh, fuck, it's hot up here. You're gonna have to jump out. No. Huh? All right. Oh, 9/11 joke. That's an applause break. Bravo. All right. I'll tell you this, on a more serious note, this is something I'm dealing with in my life. I recently found out that the girl I'm dating, her ex is a Navy SEAL. That sucks. That sucks dick, dude. That's the worst ex of all time. I never even thought it. You want to feel insecure as a man? That's the worst. I never even thought of that one as like that could happen to me. I spent my whole life thinking, black guy, worst case on this. And by the way, I mean that with all due respect to the black community, dude. For real, I wish people feared my dick like that. I wish my dick struck fear into entire races. Nobody fears my dick, dude. Nobody fears my dick. Other than like women in parking garages. You get me in a parking garage, all of a sudden my dick's top of the food chain. See me lurking behind a pillar in there. Just with a GameStop bag. Nah, dude, Navy SEAL. It's a tough one. I do this thing, it's not a good thing, but whenever I'm dating a girl, I always talk shit on her exes.